Welcome to 𝐂𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐔. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. So current time of 9:45 a.m. on the Eastern Time on October 14th on Friday. Hope you guys have a good week and obviously happy Friday. And for those that are on Saturday already, hope you guys have a good weekend so far. Respect over crypto market and the equity market, you could see that on the in front of us on CNBC across the index, we are up about 0.41%, relatively flat and up a little bit. We're attempting to rebound from the Thursday's rebound that we saw, right? The typical sell the rumor, buy the news type of affectation post the CPI report that came out, which was, as it was a relatively lukewarm one. It's flat, depicting September, but also missed the expectations as, obviously inflationary pressure. Seems like the 75 basis point that we have had so far on, I think, the last three 75 basis point have not really performed the way that we're expecting onto fighting inflationary pressure. So it is still, quite damped, to be honest with you. But with respect to the VIX, is already kind of depreciating due to the fact that we know, the news, so it's confirmed. So now we just kind of wait until the, corporate earnings, which we have to see what the guidance look like across the spectrum, from a lot of companies, and what's their outlook on the management front, and how we're going to be maneuvering through the rate hikes going forward, and what's their expectations on the upcoming FOMC meeting, which will be depicting in November. Next month, obviously. So we'll see how that goes. So that's enough of the news. Obviously, on the overall market, just take a look at Ethereum at the moment right now. You could see that we are trying to rebound on daily, but you could see that we're still quite elongated. And this rebound was because of the fact that we were at a relatively substantive level of 1150. No, sorry, 1250. We submerged a little bit to break below to 1200. But obviously you have a tendency to kind of glue to the level of more substantive and more magnetically as well. So right now we are coming back up, getting rejected at basically at the 47 out of 70. So it's not sustainable what we're seeing in front of us right now, unfortunately. And also on a weekly, you can see that we're quite elongated, right? Still have this double head. So despite it looks relatively flat to down, it's not sustainable in that respect. On the monthly, you could see that with a large separation, so it is looking to kind of glide down and flatten eventually. But on a daily and weekly are still negative, so it kind of water downs the bullish pressure that we ideally want to see, right? And on the other side of the equation, Bitcoin is trading similarly, double heads on the weekly. Daily, it is also quite funky. You could see that we clearly try to rebound, but this is sustainable. We know it's not, right? You could see that we also broke down to a level that we knew we were going to get to, somewhere around 18,000, 17,500, right? And with respect to the level right now, we are just trying to linger on and hold on to the ledge. I think ideally we could get maybe somewhere to 55 out of 70, and that triangulate maybe breaking above to 20,500 all over again, and that will be it, right? But on the weekly, you could see that it's still large separation, two heads, so it's not the most ideal. And on the monthly, still large separation. So daily and weekly are still stale, kind of mitigating the monthly pump. But we should ideally see some reversal going forward. And then on the stock front, you could see that we're still submerged quite negatively. It is what it is. There are some rebounds across the spectrum, but nothing majorly serious. It's still quite damped across the spectrum. The index run, a lot of people asking me, are we in the correction territory still? How long are we going to be rebounding for, or when are we going to be rebounding for? So on the monthly, we are quite bullish actually. It is bouncing right now, and we are getting basically at the exact level that we were expected to bounce. So right now, SPY is looking quite bullish. On the weekly, it is also looking quite bullish as well, and also on the daily. The daily looks a little bit funky because of the cross section upward. You can see clearly we got to a very submerged level, which I know a lot of people got liquidated out from their margin calls. But you can see that clearly we have revived back upward, and now it seems like we are trying to leap back up. So I think the index front or the equity front is quite bullish actually. It's not terrible. On the altcoin side of the houses, you can see that it's majority green because of the macro rebound. Again, right, typical sell the rumor, buy the news from the CPI report. It was a negative report, but it wasn't like a crazy negative report. And also, it did not give us like the surprise element that we typically look for. So it did not harshly crash the market the way that you would expect to be. Okay. So I appreciate you for joining me this morning. We are, having a Green Friday, which is, I guess, we deserve it in a way collectively. But appreciate you. Have a good day and take care.